Hi Coppites, welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to do a top 20 countdown from 20 down to 1 of the FSG era's late window signings ranked as Suarez and Coutinho proper horror list. So I'm guessing it's based around final day, transfer window, deadline day. So it says Liverpool supporters should look away now as this abject 20-man list of late window signings made under FSG features only 6 deals they can remember with pride. So we'll start off with number 20, which is Arthur Melo. Signed on deadline day in the summer of 2022 amid Liverpool's midfield crisis, Arthur arrived uncooked before he added to their issues. During his ill-fated loan spell, his 4-month layoff saw the 28-year-old make just a single substitute appearance for the Premier League giants. Yeah, it was a bit of a disaster, that, wasn't it? So number 19, Ben Davies, Preston. He was on loan. To this day, I have no clue what was going through Liverpool's mind when making this signing. Another signing made in response to an injury crisis. Davies surely would not have believed his luck when Liverpool came calling for his signature after he had been no more than a solid operator for Preston in the Championship. Currently playing in League One with Birmingham City, Davies would have been living the dream in training for Liverpool, but Jurgen Klopp did not trust him to do the real thing, as he did not make a single competitive appearance before leaving. You'll struggle to find a more pointless signing than this one. Number 18, Mario Balotelli. So we signed him from AC Milan for 16 million. It says the task of replacing Luis Suarez was never going to be easy, and the enigmatic Balotelli never came close to reaching the extremely high bar set by the Uruguay international. While Balotelli is always box office and can be relied upon to provide a moment of madness, his performances from game to game were often erratic, to say the least. Balotelli deserved far more positive moments during his rollercoaster spell at Manchester City than with Liverpool, as he scored just 1 goal in 16 Premier League matches under Brendan Rodgers before leaving. Thiago Ilori. He was signed from Sporting Lisbon for 7 million. Liverpool saw enough from the former Portugal under-21 international to pay 7 million to acquire his services, but he managed just 3 appearances for the Reds, and after 3 underwhelming loan spells elsewhere, they cut their losses as he was sold to Reading for 3.75 million. Samed Yessel was signed from Bayer Leverkusen for £1 million. Further evidence here that Rodgers' judgment of players should not be trusted. Yessel has dropped off the face of the earth after failing to break through at Anfield, recently having spells across Europe at nondescript lower league sides. I'm guessing he still insists on telling all his mates at the pub that his claim to fame is that he made 2 League Cup appearances for Liverpool in 2012, as that's as good as it got for the £1 million striker. Number 15, Marcelo Pitaluga. Fluminense, 2 million. Marcelo who? A quick Google search revealed the 21-year-old goalkeeper is still contracted with Liverpool, which was a surprise. 4 years in, the 21-year-old's most recent loan spell was in the League of Ireland Premier Division with St Patrick's Athletic, and that says a lot about his first team prospects. Number 14, Sebastian Coates from Nacional and it was cost £7 million. Plucked from boyhood club Nacional by Liverpool as a teenager, Coates was held back by a serious knee injury before the Premier League giants offloaded him to Sunderland for £2 million, where he endured a similarly sombre spell. Since then, Coates has enjoyed a quite remarkable career resurgence with Sporting Lisbon, and his vision of the centre-back would have been a useful option for Liverpool. Number 13, Nuri Sahin, Real Madrid. Sahin, who made us all feel extremely old when he became Dortmund's head coach earlier this summer, had a short but sweet loan spell with Liverpool. 3 goals and 2 assists in 12 appearances was a good return, but his lack of appearances meant he could not be placed any higher. Number 12, Andy Carroll. So we bought it from Newcastle for £35 million. Liverpool reinvested the £50 million made from selling a past it Fernando Torres to Chelsea to sign 2 strikers. One was brilliant and the other was Andy Carroll. In fairness, Carroll came up with a couple of clutch moments in cup competitions especially, but the injury-plagued striker is still considered a flop, as he didn't do enough to justify his £35 million price tag. He wasn't Torres Chelsea bad, but he was far from great. Taiwo Iwanyi, Imperial Soccer Academy, 400,000. Iwanyi channeled his inner Hugo Rodallega as he fired Nottingham Forest to safety in the 22-23 season after returning to England for a second spell in the Premier League after being contracted to Liverpool as a youngster. While he did not make a single senior appearance for Liverpool, Iwani, unlike previous entries on his list, left for a handy profit as he was sold to Union Berlin for £6.5 million. Number 10, Danny Ward, Wrexham, 100,000. Like Iwani, Ward was sold for a profit after doing nothing of note for Liverpool. The Reds did bloody well to get £12.5 million for the Wales goalkeeper, who made just 3 appearances for the club before joining Leicester City. Number 9, Victor Moses, was on loan from Chelsea. Before his unexpected transformation into a world beater at right wing back under Antonio Conte at Chelsea, Moses was a frustrating winger who often lacked an end product. Liverpool only used him sparingly during his season-long loan spell as Raheem Sterling burst onto the scene, left him down the pecking order. Number 8, Bobby Clark, who made a decent impact as Liverpool were ravaged by injuries last season. FSG's decision to greenlight with former assistant Pep Linders with RB Leipzig for £10 million was a contentious one, but they at least have a matching rights agreement to re-sign him if he does shine in Austria. Number 7, Craig Bellamy from Manchester City on a free transfer. There were 7 years between Bellamy's 2 seasons at Liverpool, which were spread across 2 different spells. The latter came via a free transfer from Manchester City, and he spent the 2011-12 campaign as a useful squad player before ending his career at Cardiff City. Number 6, Ryan Gravenberch, Bayern Munich, £34 million. Now, with that dross out of the way, it's time for some positivity, and we start with Liverpool's most recent permanent signing. Gravenberch was comfortably the 4th best of the quartet of midfield signings made by Liverpool last season, but their failure to land Martin Zubimendi, who had one key reason for snubbing the club, has boosted the Dutchman as he looks set to play a prominent role this term and a deeper role under new head coach Arne Slot. Number 5, Mamadou Sakho from PSG, 18 million. The former PSG star's lack of discipline got the better of him on a couple of occasions as a Liverpool player, but he was sensational during their title challenge campaign in 13-14 season, and latterly impressed in patches under Klopp before being phased out by the German boss. Number 4, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal, 35 million. Many scoffed at Liverpool paying 35 million to sign Oxlade-Chamberlain, as his poor injury record at Arsenal was a cause for concern. Despite this, he followed many of the Klopp era signings in bettering themselves under his tutelage, and was a vital clog in Liverpool's ever-impressive midfield when he was fully fit. Here we go, so the top 3 best signings. Luis Diaz, Porto, 35 million. Breathtaking at his best, but incredibly frustrating when he's in a wasteful mood. Diaz has plenty to prove this season, but he's got off to a great start as one of the go-to starters in slots front 3. Those transfer talks with Manchester City were fun while they lasted, but Diaz's long-term future appears to be with Liverpool, so Cody Gakpo and Chiesa perhaps appear set for a spell as a bench warmer unless the Colombian's form suddenly declines. Number 2, Philippe Coutinho, Inter Milan, 8.5 million. An unbelievable find. Coutinho quickly proved to be a snip for Liverpool, as he was a joy to watch for most of his time at Anfield. Coutinho's stellar performances for Liverpool over multiple seasons were enough for him to rank highly on this list, but Barcelona paying 105 million plus huge add-ons to sign him in 2017 made his case even stronger. There's no wonder Barcelona are strapped for cash after Liverpool were a huge beneficiary of their willingness to spend such a ludicrous offer on a player who sadly was never the same after leaving Anfield. And number 1, Luis Suarez. Came from Ajax for 22.8 million. There's no doubt that Suarez has his faults and was in the headlines for the wrong reasons too many times while he played for Liverpool. But solely as a footballer, the Uruguayan was special and is rightly regarded as one of the best strikers in Premier League history. During his spell at Liverpool, he managed 83 goals in 133 appearances, and this precedent an even more prolific stint at Barcelona. So while Carroll struggled, Suarez more than made up for it as he took on the mantle left by Torres and even outshone the Spaniard. So that's that. What do you think of that? Is there anyone missing off it? I think Torres is missing off it, to be honest. I mean, we got him for cheap, didn't we, and made some money on him, and I think he was brilliant. I thought Torres should have been on that list, really, in the the top 10. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.